So yesterday we started with our stock and index futures topic. Okay, in that 4.1 and 4.2 example deals with, and one or two illustrations are also given. So that deals with pricing and valuation of stock as well as index futures. Okay, based on the quotation given regarding any index future or a stock future, you can compare it with the spot prices, spot quotations of say suppose Sensex or Reliance stock futures or something, and depending on that you can decide about your strategy, cash and carry or reverse cash and carry. Okay, whatever it may be the case. This is regarding hedging. So yesterday also I explained you that there is three motives behind this particular knowledge of behind knowledge of this particular subject, that is arbitraging, then hedging and speculation. So arbitraging, through the concept of arbitraging only, the theoretical price, finding theoretical price and valuing particular futures contract has been, you know, we are studying for that purpose. एक minute, huh? So based on arbitraging, we can value or we can price any particular futures. Next motive would be hedging, and that's why, like for this particular motive only, the subject is titled as risk management. So if you want to manage your risk, meaning thereby you are into particular business and for that you want to hedge the exposure. Okay. And third motive could be through the knowledge of this subject, you can even speculate on the prices and valuing particular futures, any underlying asset, valuing any underlying assets mispricing based on that, and taking advantage of that you can earn abnormally high profit as well. So there are three motives: arbitraging, hedging, and speculation. And each and every chapter, whether it is futures or options, you will be learning from this perspective. Okay. So second, first we have already covered, that is arbitraging purpose. Now other is hedging purpose, and this is the example of short hedge. Hedging long position of portfolio of stocks. Now what we mean by that, short hedge. Okay, so what we mean by that, you have already purchased something, means you are long on something, may it be stock or may it be index. Right now we are discussing stock and index as our underlying asset. Underlying asset can be any. Okay, it could be commodity, it could be currency, interest rate, that we have already talked about. Okay, but in this particular sum and in this particular chapter we will be looking at stock and index as an underlying asset. Okay, so when you will be using short hedge, like in case of commodities, raw materials, finished products and all, what we talked about, that you are into that particular business and for that business purpose you want to hedge price risk, and you want to hedge against price movement, right? In this case you will be holding that particular asset. Okay, because it is, we are talking about financial asset, we are talking about investment asset, right? And in this case, how we can say that particular investor has hedging motive when he hold that asset, right? In case of arbitraging and also in case of speculation, the underlying assumption is you are not owning that asset or you are not into the business of that particular commodity. Okay, and that's why it is called arbitraging and speculation. But hedging, for hedging you must have that asset, you must have motive of business for that particular commodity. So in this case, if we are talking about short hedge, meaning thereby you must have that asset or you must be in long position into that stock or index, right? So this is explained through this title, hedging long position of portfolio of stocks. So this deals with portfolio of stocks and not with a single stock, but this strategy can even be used for a single stock futures which you may be holding, okay, in which you have long position. So you have that asset, you have already invested in particular stock, okay. It may be stock or index. So here the condition is that you have already invested into certain stock or index, and now you are assuming downward movement of prices, right? Again, for each and every kind of decision you need to look at the price movement and whether it is upward, your is it your upside risk or downside risk, so that you are required to decide first. So in this case, downside risk would be decrease in prices as you have invested in some stock or any index, right? So if you assume that prices are going to decrease, then it will be regarded as your downside risk, and you want to hedge against that downside risk. So in that case, you will be using short hedge. So is the concept clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay, so let's go for the example how you can frame the strategy and how you can decide like whether ultimate motive of hedging has been fulfilled or not. Here you will be trying to lock selling price. Okay, like what selling price I could have in future. Okay, so the example is, consider a mutual fund having a huge portfolio of 100 crores. So it is portfolio of stocks and not a single stock. So there is a mutual fund whose portfolio is worth of 100 crores. Today is 2nd February and the expectation of a general budget this 28th February is not very realistic. So this also we talked in SAPM, na? Like you will be checking with every each and every piece of news and economic development and how economy is proceeding, everything. So based on that, even you can predict your prices. Okay, so this mutual fund is predicting price or general trend. If we are talking about any particular stock, we will be more interested into price of that stock, but here it is a portfolio, so we are interested in a general trend, that overall economy, how favorable the overall economy is towards your stock market or towards corporates, right? It is maybe indirectly that it is going to affect a huge number of corporates, industries and all, and that's why ultimately indirectly it is going to affect your stock market also. So it is not very realistic. Okay, it may be like something like pessimistic. So on 28th February you will be more clear that is it a scenario of pessimism or something, and is it going to affect your stock market adversely or not, right? The current value of BSE Sensex is 6,500. February and March futures maturing on 25th Feb and 25th March, consisting of 50 Sensex, are selling at 6,525 and 6,600 respectively. So first is for February and other is for March. How can the fund be protected against the uncertainty of the budget? And analyze position of portfolio with 5% fall and 5% rise in Sensex. Okay, so try to understand the details. If you want to note down, you can note it down. And as hedge concept we have already understood, so can anybody explain like how this strategy could be framed? Okay, so first note down all the details and tell me how you can take advantage of all these quotations and how you can frame the strategy. Down, why this mutual fund is, encountering downside risk, and why it is required to hedge, and why is it required to enter into a short position. I think these questions must be answered, है ना? Must be clear to you. द आंसर ऑफ दिस क्वेश्चन मस्ट बी क्लियर टू यू, है ना। अगर डाउट है तो उसमें कि कैसे शॉर्ट हेज कैसे आया, अगर वो नहीं पता है तो आप पूछ सकते हो, क्योंकि शॉर्ट हेज तो पहले ही दे दिया है इन एग्जाम। यू आर रिक्वायर्ड टू डिसाइड दैट व्हाट स्ट्रेटेजी आई विल बी टेकिंग, is it about arbitraging, is it about hedging? If it is about arbitraging, then cost of carry model, cash and carry, reverse cash and carry, those concepts will apply. But if it is regarding hedging, then you have to decide whether you will be entering into a long hedge or a short hedge. Okay, so is there any doubt regarding why we are going to use a short hedge strategy? Hello.
मैम शॉर्ट टाइम पीरियड में उसका रिस्क है, इसलिए हम शॉर्ट टर्म का कर रहे हैं ना, शॉर्ट हेजिंग।
शॉर्ट का मतलब क्या होता है?
मैं पहले फ्यूचर में
हाँ, शॉर्ट का तो सेल
पहले
होता
सेल
है,
कर दिया, बाद में
सेल
फ्यूचर
करना
बाय कर
मैम,
दिया।
सेल कर रहे हैं।
वन एट अ टाइम बोलो, वन एट अ
मैम पहले उसने सेल किया, अब जैसे ही प्राइस
सेल
डाउन
किया।
गया उसने बाय जाके बाय कर लिया।
टाइम। नहीं, सब गलत जा रहे हो, मतलब आपको
पहले
समझ
बाई
में।
किया बाद में आके सेल कर रहे हैं।
शॉर्ट
हाँ, ये
पोजीशन
सीमा,
लेना मतलब उसके
सीमा सीमा को
वही
बोलने
भी
दो,
पहले
सीमा बराबर
बाई
बोल।
कर रहे हैं बाद में सेल कर रहे हैं।
हाँ, बाय कर रहे हैं या बाय हो चुका है?
बाय किया हुआ है ना मैम।
हाँ, तो सीमा का आंसर करेक्ट है, बट सीमा ने क्या बोला, बाय कर रहे, बाय कर नहीं रहे, बाय तो ऑलरेडी कर चुके हैं, मतलब उनका
बिकॉज
100,
पोर्टफोलियो बोल रहा है ना।
हाँ 100 करोड़ का
जस्ट टू है ना
पोर्टफोलियो।
रिड्यूस रिस्क, वो लोग उसको सेल कर रहे हैं शॉर्ट।
वापस बोलो, नहीं सुनाई दिया।
मिस मैंने बोला पहले से ही उसने बाय, अभी वो सेल करता है रिस्क डाउन करने के लिए, वो शॉर्ट पीरियड में हो रहा है इसलिए वो हेजिंग हो जाएगा।
पीरियड के साथ इसका कोई लेना देना नहीं है। शॉर्ट मीन्स इन टेक्निकल लैंग्वेज, इन फाइनेंशियल डेरिवेटिव लैंग्वेज, शॉर्ट मीन्स सेलिंग। नॉट ओनली फाइनेंशियल डेरिवेटिव, एसएपीएम में भी, मतलब स्टॉक मार्केट के लिए भी शॉर्ट मीन्स सेलिंग। मतलब कोई भी पढ़ाई नहीं कर रहा है कौन से वर्ल्ड में, वो पता नहीं। शॉर्ट का मतलब शॉर्ट टाइम पीरियड थोड़े ना है, शॉर्ट का मतलब सेल करना है, लॉन्ग का मतलब बाई करना होता है।
नो मैम, टाइम पीरियड का इसलिए बोला क्योंकि
पोजीशंस होते हैं ना मैम की जो
फरवरी एंड
ट्रेडिंग
28
वन
फरवरी
एट अ
दिया हुआ है
टाइम,
ना।
वन एट अ टाइम। हाँ बोलो, अभी कौन बोल रहा था? काजल बोल रहे थे।
हाँ मैम, मैं ये बोल रही थी शॉर्ट टाइम इसलिए बोला बिकॉज 2 फरवरी एंड 28 फरवरी का दिया हुआ है ना, इसलिए।
नहीं, तो वो गलत है। शॉर्ट टाइम ऐसा कोई कंसेप्ट ही नहीं है, इट डिपेंड्स ऑन योर रिक्वायरमेंट। मेरी रिक्वायरमेंट 15 दिन की भी हो सकती है, महीने की भी हो सकती है, 6 महीने की भी हो सकती है। तो डिपेंडिंग ऑन रिक्वायरमेंट आई विल ट्राई टू फाइंड आउट द स्पेसिफिकेशन, राइट। इसलिए तो हमने इम्परफेक्ट
ओके
हेज
मैम।
भी, हाँ इसलिए तो हमने इम्परफेक्ट हेज भी पढ़ा कि इफ इट इज रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ ओनली 15 days, बट 15 days maturing contract may not be available, or may it be like you will be entering half the way and only 15 days are left out, so that type of contract you are required to find. But if you cannot find, then you have to go for 1 month expiry contract or some other contract, so it will lead to an imperfect hedge. तो शॉर्ट का मतलब यहाँ पे कोई टाइम ड्यूरेशन नहीं है, ठीक है। और स्टार्ट करो पढ़ाई, वरना इतनी मेहनत करने के बाद भी कुछ नहीं मिलने वाला आप लोगों को। 2-2.5 महीने हो गए फिर भी शॉर्ट का मतलब सेलिंग होता है, वो मुझे बताना पड़ रहा है। होमवर्क मैं देती हूँ, करते नहीं हो आप लोग, सो यू आर नॉट एट ऑल ऑन ट्रैक, ठीक है। ये सारी चीजें अगर आप आज पढ़ रहे हो, आज ही रिवाइज करोगे, आज ही कैलकुलेट करोगे, आज ही ऐसे ही दो सम सेम प्रैक्टिस करोगे, तो ही आपको ये समझ में आएगा, वरना भूल जाओ कि बाद में लेके बैठोगे और आपको समझ में आएगा, ठीक है। चलो बताओ, शॉर्ट
मैम।
हेज क्यों हमने लिया? इतना सब कुछ 10 मिनट तक एक्सप्लेन करने के बाद भी ये आंसर मिल रहा है मुझे, कि फिर नेटवर्क इश्यू होते हैं आपके एंड पे, कुछ सुनाई नहीं देता क्या? चलो बताओ, वाई शॉर्ट हेज?
बिकॉज मैम म्यूचुअल फंड ऑलरेडी उसने बाय करके रखा है एंड फ्यूचर में उसकी प्राइसेस डाउन जाने की एक्सपेक्टेशन है, इसलिए किया है.
Yes, right. So it has already a portfolio of 100 crores, right? And this 100 crores maybe may have got invested into lot many stocks. Okay, so it is representing overall stock market. We can say that, and he is interested. That mutual fund is interested into a general trend, economic trend, and which is very pessimistic. So it three things are there. One is already that fund has portfolio of stocks. So it is for that reason it is said that mutual fund is in long position, राइट. लॉन्ग पोजीशन मीनिंग देयर बाय उसने कुछ ऑलरेडी बाई करके रखा है. नाउ प्राइस कम होने वाले हैं, ठीक है. तो इफ आई हैव बॉट समथिंग विच आई एम गोइंग टू सेल इन फ्यूचर हुज प्राइसेस आर एक्सपेक्टेड टू गो डाउन, so this is price risk for me, downside risk for me, and for that reason for hedging that price risk I am entering into derivative. तो इसके लिए मुझे क्या करना पड़ेगा, कोई चीज मैं सेल करने वाली हूँ तो कौन सा पोजीशन लोगे आप फ्यूचर्स में.
Short position.
शॉर्ट
Okay.
लेंगे मैम.
यस, तो दैट्स व्हाई इट इज अ शॉर्ट हेज. अब मुझे स्ट्रेटेजी बताओ. Okay, let me explain. uh, See, two different futures, like futures maturing on two different dates are given. Okay, one is expiring on 25th of Feb, other is expiring on 25th of March, and the quotation is given, right? So first line must be clear to you that the fund is long on the asset and must go short on futures. ये first line clear हो गई. The fund is long
Yes,
on the
ma'am.
asset and must go short on futures. Okay, now next thing you have to decide is if you go for checking number of contracts and which contracts are matching with my requirement. You will have 2 to 3 contracts with different maturities, with different kind of portfolios, and likewise. Okay, so here you found out two contracts maturing in, one maturing in February, other maturing in March. Okay, so one is maturing on 25th Feb and other is maturing on 25th March. It is 2nd February, and the clarity regarding economic trend would be much more clear on 28th Feb. So you are now faced with two choices, whether to enter February 25th February expiring contract or to enter the contract which is expiring on 25th March. So which contract you will enter?
25th March.
25th
बिकॉज
March.
28th February तक हमें कुछ रियलिस्टिक मिलने ही नहीं वाला, तो इट्स बेटर कि 25th March के लिए जाए.
Okay, so that is explained in next lines, that if you go for 25th February expiring contract, then 3 days will be unhedged. So again, this both the quotations are going to give you imperfect hedge kind of thing. There is no chance of having perfect hedge because no contract maturing on 28th Feb is available. Okay, and the trend will get cleared on 28th Feb. So if you enter a contract of February, then 3 days will go unhedged, and this is not the issue. The issue is after 3 days you will come to know regarding the price trend and all. So in that case, like whichever exposure you have taken or whichever contract you have entered won't be much of use, because after 28th real price change would happen, and even the investors would be reacting on that time, right? After 28th Feb, all majority of the investors having knowledge of general budget and like all kind of information would be available on 28th Feb or 25th 28th Feb onwards. So they are going to react after that. So major price changes you may see after 25th March, sorry, after 25th Feb, and not uh, you know before that. So it is advisable that you should enter into a contract expiring on 25th March. But in that case, you are over hedged. So what you could do in that case, in that strategy, what you could do that after 28th Feb, once the scenario is clear, once you know that what exactly price movement would be and what will be its magnitude and how much loss or profit it is going to lead, so you can uh, square it off, like that contract you can square off and you can come out of that contract after 28th Feb at any time. You are not required to wait for 25th March. So by that way you can convert this imperfect hedge into again a perfect hedge. Okay, so let me read those lines. It must sell futures contracts for March as uncertainty over the budget will last till 28th February and cannot be covered by selling February contracts expiring prior to that date. To cover the risk fully, the fund must sell March futures contracts. Alternatively, it can be protected by selling February futures contracts, which would leave the fund exposed for the period between the dates of expiration of the futures and the date of the budget. So it would be exposed for 3 days, remaining 3 days, if this mutual fund is entering into contract of February. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So first decision you have to take is which position you will be taking. Second decision, which contract you will be entering. Depending on the specification, here date is important, and that's why date as a specification we are checking. So that decision even we have taken. Now third decision, based on the worth of your portfolio, how many contract you should enter to make it nearby perfect hedge. Okay, so next you will be deciding about the number of contracts. So which contract is available? BSE Sensex contract is available. Okay, whose spot price is 6500 and maturing March maturing contract is at 6600.
6600.
Okay, and you can purchase in lot of 50 Sensex is worth of one contract. Okay, so first calculation, value of one BSE Sensex contract would be 50 into 6600. ये कैलकुलेशन समझ में आया कि एक कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, वन कॉन्ट्रैक्ट इज मेड अप ऑफ 50 सेंसेक्स. Okay, so you have to buy in that lots only, multiple of that 50 only. Okay, that number only. So and one contract is available at 6600. Okay, so 50 into 6600, that is 3,30,000 is the worth of only one contract. Okay, that is already written. Value of one BSE Sensex contract is 3,30,000. Now what's the worth of the portfolio? 100 crores
100 crore.
converted into lakhs will be 10,000 lakhs. ठीक है, लैक्स में कन्वर्ट किया. इफ यू डोंट वांट टू कन्वर्ट, आप जीरोस जितने भी है 7 जीरोस वो ऐड कर दो 100 के ऊपर एंड 3,30,000 लिख दो. तो this unit of measurement won't be that important over here. आप अपने हिसाब से, आपको जो comfortable हो उस हिसाब से लिख लेना. Okay, so value of the portfolio is 100 crores. Now number of contracts to be sold. For that, what would be the formula? Worth of portfolio divided by value of one BSC contract. ठीक है. So what is the formula? Value of portfolio divided by value of one BSC Sensex contract. So 10,000 lakhs or 100 crores, whatever way you have written. So 100 crores divided by 3,30,000 will be equal to 3,030 contracts. कैलकुलेशन एक बार देख लो, साइड बाय साइड आप कैलकुलेट करते जाओ, और अगर कुछ डाउट है तो पूछो.
मैम ये 6600 वो एक कॉन्ट्रैक्ट की प्राइस है ना?
हाँ, एक कॉन्ट्रैक्ट की प्राइस है, और एक कॉन्ट्रैक्ट
तो
में
फिर
50 लॉट्स है. ऐसे एक सेंसेक्स आप बाय नहीं कर सकते हो, लॉट साइज 50 है. इवन सी थ्रू, ये काफी पुरानी बुक है, सो थ्रू गूगल सर्च और थ्रू स्पेसिफिकेशंस ऑफ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, this especially this indices, you can know, like there is multiplier for Sensex, it is 50, and for NSE it is 200, but recently, if I am not wrong, both the multipliers are changed to 200. So these are multipliers, जैसे लिखा है ना कि one contract is consisting of 50 Sensex, so this is the multiplier of an index, and two standard indices multipliers are being provided. तो वो आपको वेबसाइट पे मिलेगा, आप डेरिवेटिव सेगमेंट में जाओगे. सो today you can check with this, like what is the multiplier of Sensex, because as per my knowledge, now both the multipliers are 200. So for one contract will be of 200 Sensex points, and again this is multiplier in the sense these are points, as you know that Sensex and BSC are something like points, it's not rupees or something. ठीक है, तो आपको वो पॉइंट्स पे वर्क करना पड़ेगा. सो सेंसेक्स एंड निफ्टी मल्टीप्लायर्स पॉइंट्स आर बीइंग प्रोवाइडेड. तो एग्जाम में भी नहीं देंगे, तो आप वो चेक कर लेना रिसेंट का. जैसे यहाँ पे तो 50 सेंसेक्स लिख दिया है, तो अगर एग्जाम में 50 सेंसेक्स ही लिखा है तो आप लोगे, बट अगर नहीं लिखा है तो देर आर स्टैंडर्ड मल्टीप्लायर्स, एंड आई थिंक बोथ मल्टीप्लायर्स आर 200 ओनली. तो ये चेक करके मुझे आप नेक्स्ट क्लास में बताओगे. ठीक है.
ओके मैम.
एनी अदर डाउट?
नो मैम.
Okay, so I think this is clear now, how it is 3030 contracts.
यस मैम.
Okay, now there is an assumption that 100 crore portfolio may not be representing your Sensex, right? In Sensex there are 30 companies, but it is not exactly like your portfolio is not exactly equal to all these 30 companies investment into these 30 companies. So your portfolio, mutual funds portfolio, may not be completely representing the Sensex. So it is the assumption that the this portfolio is diversified enough, and that's why the price movement or the points movement in Sensex could be related with the movement in portfolio. Okay, because it depends on the correlation coefficient, and like how one price change is leading to something other assets price change. Okay, so assuming the fund is diversified enough and that a 1% change in the market causes the same degree of change in portfolio value, the fund buys back the index at an appropriate time after 28th February. So what this line means, that these contracts are not at all deliverable. In commodities contract, what we talked about, delivery place and all, and that due to that limitations, only 3 to 4 percentage contracts will be ultimately delivered, will get delivered, and remaining would be squared off. But that could not be case with your Sensex, because Sensex cannot be deliverable. Like in 30 companies, if you are investing equally in 30 companies, it is like assuming that thing, that you are equally investing in 30 companies worth of your 100 crores, and you cannot buy or you cannot sell, okay, fractions of company stocks. It would not be practical. So this kind of contracts are not at all deliverable, but yes, it has to be squared off on the date of expiry. So right now, if you are taking short position on the day of expiry, you have to take long position. So the fund buys back the index at an appropriate time after 28th February. An appropriate time after 28th February, that I have already explained, that the scenario will be much more clearer only after 28th February. So in between 28th February to 25th March, mutual fund can square off at any time, whichever time it feels comfortable. Like now prices are much more clear, direction is clear, even magnitude can be predicted with some surety, and now there is no kind of downside risk or price risk or something. It may be, mutual fund may be assuming upside risk in future, so on that particular day mutual fund can square off. So it could be in between any date in between 28th February to 25th March. So it's the meaning of an appropriate time after 28th February, right? तो ये लाइन समझ में आई, द फंड बाइज बैक द इंडेक्स एट एन appropriate time after 28th February.
Yes, ma'am. Clear है.
ठीक है. Now you are required to calculate your profit or loss or the effective price position for 5% increase in price and 5% decrease in price. Sorry, Sensex, not price, Sensex. ट्राई करो कैलकुलेट करना.
Yes, ma'am.
If you complete your calculation, please reply. Anybody of you can reply, can explain it. किया कैलकुलेट, आया किसी का आंसर? हेलो।
यस मैम। मैम ये 6270 कहाँ से आया, वो नहीं समझ आ रहा।
वो 6600 का 5% माइनस किया है उन
5%
लोग।
रिडक्शन हुआ है ना,
हाँ,
इसलिए।
डिडक्शन हुआ है, 330 का डिडक्शन है।
मेरा
हाँ,
आंसर गलत आ रहा था अभी।
ओके, तो कैलकुलेशन भी समझा सकते हो, और द आंसर आंसर ऑफ द कैलकुलेशन व्हाट इट इम्प्लाइज वो भी समझाना है आपको। कैन एनीबडी एक्सप्लेन? हेलो।
मैम प्राइस का डिफरेंस निकाला है क्योंकि हमने 6600 पे कॉन्ट्रैक्ट फाइनल किया था और उसमें रिडक्शन का जो अजम्पशन किया है वो 6270 मतलब 5% है। तो उसको कॉन्ट्रैक्ट नंबर और प्लॉट 50 से इंटू करके हमने प्रॉफिट फाइंड किया है।
ओके, एनीबडी एल्स? Okay, let me explain. If the market goes down by 5% as anticipated, so this 100 crores portfolio will be of value of 95 crores, right?
ये
With decrease in Sensex points, or say same way like downfall in market, we can say that due to this general budget information and pessimism regarding that, there may be fall in uh, overall stock market. Okay, so this 5% decrease or fall will lead to 5% decrease in the worth of portfolio also. So 100 minus 5% of 100 crores would be 95. Okay, so now worth of the portfolio is 95 crore, what this fund has expected or predicted that it the worth of the portfolio will get reduced within a month. Okay, so it got reduced, so there is loss of 5 crores. Okay, now this loss could
यस
be,
मैम।
yes, so this loss could be covered through this transaction. Okay, so what is that transaction? On 2nd February, this mutual fund entered into a contract which is going to mature on 25th March, and 60 that is priced at 6600. Okay, so this, it is taking short position at 66. Okay, so for every 50 points of Sensex, it received 6600, and what it paid. So on the day of expiry, or whenever this mutual fund is, sorry for the interruption, मैं क्या समझा रही थी? Okay, so
फ्यूचर प्राइसेस।
yes, so at any time after 28th February and till 25th March, you may be squaring off. So on that particular day, you will be finding or you will be looking at the futures quotation as well. So that futures quotation may also get reduced by 5%. So 6600 into 5%, वो कितना आ रहा है?
330 मैम।
So 66,
330 मैम।
okay, so 6600 minus 330 will be 6270. So on the day of squaring off, that futures quotation will be reduced by 5% and will be at 6270 for each every 50 points. Okay, so at this price you sold Sensex, and it uh, at this price you are buying back, you are taking long position to square off. So you are required to pay this amount, so you receive this amount, you are paying this amount. So for every 50 points you will have benefit of how much? इसका डिफरेंस कितना आ रहा है?
330।
330 मैम।
330।
सेम
330
वही आएगा,
मैम।
हाँ सेम वही आएगा, so 330. So for every 50 points you are earning 330, so 330 into 50 that will be worth of one contract. How many contracts you have purchased, or short or long, whatever it may be the position, we are calculating profit position. So like how many contracts you entered? 3030, right? So 330 into 50, that is worth of only one contract, into number of contracts, that is 3030 will be equal to 499.95 lakhs. Okay, so this is the profit.
Yes, ma'am.
So out of 5 crores of profit which you had in your spot market got covered through the transaction of derivative market, and the amount is 499.95 lakhs. So 0.05 lakhs only now you are losing. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now same thing, do it for 5% rise. So let me explain like simply without going for the entire calculation. If you are getting profit over here in case of fall, in case of rise, what would happen?
Loss.
Loss. So the same amount of loss you will incur in derivative contract, but if you can see over here, कौन enter कर रहा है अभी? 1 minute. Okay, so over here in derivative market you will have loss, but in spot market, as price is going up by 5%, this portfolio will be of worth 105 crores. So 5 crores you are getting as a profit in spot market, but in derivative market through the contract you are losing this amount. Okay, so your loss will be your profit of spot market will get eroded by the loss of derivative market. But ultimately if you look at both the scenarios, what ultimately you received, or at what price you logged your portfolio, same 100 crores. Or if we don't talk from the pricing perspective, if we talk from the worth perspective, in both the scenarios the worth of portfolio had been unchanged, isn't it? समझ में आया?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so whether it
Yes,
is
ma'am.
down, whether it is market going down or market going up, your worth of portfolio is going to be unchanged, that is 100 crores. Or may it be 0.05 lakhs ka loss hai, that is like approximately 100 crores. So the worth of the portfolio will be unchanged. And what you expected, that market will go down, so probability of this scenario is higher than the probability of this scenario, and that's why you entered into a contract. So if this scenario's probability is high and